Hello, my friends. I'm Andrea. I hope you are well. And we approach the last days in January. So let's discuss about the whole situation in the markets and what can we expect in the next week, which covers almost the whole of January. Let's dive into it. We covered a week from January 22nd to January 28th, so we still have 2 days to go in the next forecast, and we finish January. Unbelievable how fast the time passes by. At least this was my impression for this January. And yes, I think the sense of time would be really compressed because we enter this air signs in, the outer planets, or I refer especially to Pluto right now, the transit to Aquarius happening already, so on the 21st actually, and we will have in the years to come also Uranus transitioning into air sign, which is Gemini, quite good for the markets, but also turbulent, I would say. And we do have also to expect Neptune in a fire sign, so stay tuned for that. So everything will be speedier. And yes, I know I reminded you of this. The fear star of Algol will be crossed in 2024 and 2025. And we will talk about it in a video quite soon. I expect to release it these weeks. And we will also launch a more detailed product about it, announcement to come with that video. So stay tuned for that. Now, for those of you who are interested but do not know yet, we do have XAU, the gold and silver index forecast available on a monthly basis as part of the silver and gold tiers in Patreon. So be aware of that if you want to book it. And I hope you are not too bored, but this is really the last time that I will announce that, since the offer ends on January 31st. This is the last opportunity for you until the end of the week, basically, and the next 2 days of the next week to book either Patreon Gold or Silver. And then after 4 months of membership, you would qualify for a free yearly 2024 forecast for Bitcoin and Ethereum for the gold tier, and for Bitcoin only for the silver tier. The tier will give you also a video that is specific each week. So it's similar to this one, but it's specific to Bitcoin and Ethereum. So this is valid for both tiers. And yes, any Patreon member would benefit a rebate, the rebate for any product for the whole year. And this is applicable to all existing and new members. And we will have 20% for gold and 10% for the silver tier as a rebate. And in order to get it, you would need to approach me on Patreon to get your personalized, customized, only for you rebate code. That being said, I would like to dive into the week finally. I know you are expecting it. So look at this nice photo. It's basically the photo of the week. And it's a full moon, as you can see, and it's in Leo. This is the tropical Leo at 5 degrees, around 5 degrees, and sidereal, it's Cancer. And I will talk to you about this full moon and why this is important for crypto in general. So even if this is for the markets as such, it will be important for crypto. So stay tuned until the end to get to know this detail. Now, the week at a glance. The first 2 days are not busy at all, so to speak, at market level. And usually they are more difficult to predict. But what this means is that the astrology of the financial asset would really have more to say on how the asset would behave. So the specific influences astrologically for the Bitcoin chart, Ethereum chart would have more to say on what happens. And do not forget the astrology of the weekend before, because this would manifest usually with a lag. So check the other weekly video. Then on the 24th, we have good weather. And I would say that it would be a special day for crypto in general. 25th, it's the full moon day, where we do have some low intensity negative influence, as you can see. At least this is at market level. And the same would be like the negative trend continuing also on the next day, on Friday. And we do have also volatility of a negative kind, rather. And we do have the weekend, which is turbulent on Saturday, and on Sunday it is quite sunny. So it would be turbulence and a recovery, but this is to be seen how it will be manifested. My estimation, based on the current dynamics, would be that Saturday might be manifested on Friday, so to speak, and Sunday the next week on Monday. So we will see that, have this in mind, because of the transaction volume mainly. And now let's jump to the 24th, because we don't have special aspects on the first 2 days. We have on Wednesday, January 24th, a trine between Mercury and Lilith. You know by now that Mercury represents trading and markets, and Lilith is about, the mystery, so to speak, in Western astrology. So it's about adventure. It's about this risk appetite, which is increased. So we can see here, more speculation and prices going up in general. So it's a bullish influence on the market level. Then we do have on the 25th the full moon in Leo, and we do have also a Mars square Chiron. And usually this is an aspect that brings fluctuations and drops with it, because Mars is symbolizing cuts, bruises, and it's about, a knife, so to speak. And Chiron is about the wound. The wounded healer, actually, and it has a positive influence, because at least it is direct right now, but we can expect nevertheless drops at this full moon. And if you think about crypto, that wouldn't be so uncommon for Bitcoin, so to speak. Now we can go to the next one, which would be Friday, January 26th. Chiron again plays a dance in a square, so it's a tensioned but low intensity negative aspect with Mercury. And Mercury is markets and trading, so it brings the optimism down, so to speak. And some news could be involved as a trigger, and you see also the negative volatility there, which is at hourly level, and it's triggered by Uranus aspects to the moon. And this is valid for the whole market, so it's not linked to a certain asset. But the asset would need to confirm it for it really to happen. So the probability is much higher that it happens on that day, when the asset would also have the same aspect confirmed. Now, 27th, it's a Saturday, but please keep this astrology in mind for Friday also, but also for Monday next week, when transaction volumes are higher. So we do have a mix here. So you see the storm, but it's a mix. It's an addition between a square between the Sun and Jupiter, which in general would be not necessarily, a big drop, but it would be like we put brakes on growth, so it will not really grow. This is a tension, could have also some legislation aspect involved into it as a cause, but it's not mandatory that this is really the trigger. Fact is that it could be also stagnation, so don't expect a disaster despite of the stormy weather. But what can really, trigger the storm is the Mars and Mercury conjunct. We know that Mercury is the market, and Mars is, the cut, the knife. So it's really a, meeting in the sky between these two planets, which in general brings fluctuations, and they are negative. So expect ups and downs, but on a downward path, so to speak. So here we might get it on Friday. Why? Because we do have also the hourly aspect on Friday, which is, it's a red fire. So therefore, I'm saying it could be that it felt on the 26th already due to the fact that the transaction volume is higher on Friday in general. And someday, surprise, we do have a nice bright sun. And this is really a strong aspect, I would say, because Mercury trines Uranus, and Uranus is responsible for price surges. So prices would go up. Now, how much on Sunday? Maybe, probably, most likely not much will happen, but we can expect it on Monday, I think. And on the same day, we do have a sextile, which is low intensity but positive aspect between Saturn and Venus. And this brings stable growth to Venus-related matters that by now, they are linked to currency and cryptocurrency. And Saturn is about this stability. And it will be a, not a price surge overnight, but it would be a stable growth ahead. Could also have a dimension of legislation as well, being Saturn. Now, I promised you to comment a bit on the full moon in the sidereal Cancer. Why I would really put emphasis on Cancer is the fact that we do have this full moon at around 11 degrees of the sidereal Cancer in the Pushya Nakshatra. And Pushya Nakshatra has the lotus flower, as you can see. That's one of its symbols. Other symbols are the arrow and the cow's udder. Is a very positive nakshatra in general. Is about nourishment, it's about prosperity, it's giving, to others. It has a motherly nature, so to speak, at human level when you interpret it. Now, in terms of crypto, it's linked to the ascendant of the Bitcoin chart in the sidereal nakshatras. Actually, it is in the Pada, is in the third Pada, this one, and the Bitcoin ascendant is in the fourth Pada. So it will be quite around 3 degrees away from the ascendant of Bitcoin, and it will have an impact on it since it's quite close. Therefore, expect, I will not tell you what to expect, in general, maybe you know already. It will be a turbulent flight, so to speak, this week. This is how I would put it. It's not only about negative, but also positive things. And like, a turbulent flight that is not stable. Basically, this is a sort of climate that the stars are communicating to us for the week. Now, I would like to thank you for your attention, and to thank you also for liking, subscribing. It helps the channel, and until next time, be joyful. Thank you.